So guys, we are still I still want to do some work on this my fuel tank. This my brief fuel tank that I see in right now. You know, in my former video, I just added the standing of that is holding it, that is actually resting on, and I just mount it like that. So today I want to be fixing something that a kind of sit into it, so that it will actually look good and amazing. And okay guys, I want to explain something to you guys here. The reason why you can see about 3 fuel tank here is because, so this one, these two, and there's another one here, 3. So this one is actually the supplier, so which actually has this top. So this is the top here. So if you want to buy fuel now, you have to open from here. So let me show you guys. So you can see I actually use a grinding machine in cutting that circle you are seeing. So you can see the fuel tank here. So this is the main fuel tank that if you take your car to the filling station, this is where they are going to be putting the fuel. So although I'm still going to design it very well at the end of the day, when I will start giving it my final finishing. So the way this car is meant to work in terms of the petroleum system is that, you know, when I was designing this car for the first time, the turbocharger was actually down. That was when I was having issue with the turbocharger. So the reason why I brought this, I raised this turbo up is because of this oil return. You know, this is the supply hose. This particular one is the supply hose. It actually came direct from there's a bolt at the top cylinder. At the top cylinder that you can use on any bike to know whether the oil is actually pumping. So that is where I took, you can see that tempo over there at the top. So that is where I connected this hose now for it to be supplying oil into the turbocharger. Then from there now, so this is the gauge. This is the oil gauge of this turbo here. I don't know, let me just see if I can lose it again. But don't worry, once I'm done with this job, I will bring everything out for you guys to see very well. So let me try to lose it off and show you guys the job, the reason why this turbo is not at the top. It's been a while that I lose this. Okay, let me just remove it like this. So you can see this hose now. This hose now is actually the return from this turbo now. So this is the way I designed a space for the hose. So it passes through the oil gauge to see go back into the engine. So this is the oil gauge. You can see what I did here. I created a hole at the top, although I did not finish cutting it, so that you can see halfway you can hold your hands to check whether the oil is well gauged. So I designed this in such a way that this can be used for my oil return, and it can also be used for the fuel gauge, the oil gauge. You can see. So this is what I did. You know, it have a kind of four straight line here. So each of the line I use a welding and an electrode to create hole on each of them. You can see. So that is where the oil will be flowing from the turbo, passing through this hose you are seeing now. You can see the hose. So although at the end of the day I will still grate all of them for all of them to be together. So this is how it used to be. So this is how it's going to be staying on this now. So it will be going inside the engine. So let me cover it up, guys. So the reason why I now took this turbo, because before the turbo was actually down and the oil was having issues. So then whenever I start up my engine, because from the turbo now there is no way the oil can flow from down to up as return. So it now passes through the turbine to come out. So because of that, the car was smoking a lot. And I even noticed that at a time the turbo will actually get knocked because of that. So I now raised it up now. I raised it up because of this oil hose now. So when it was down, the carburetor is being mounted at this manifold here. that was designed, that was the former design. So this tank is actually at the top, although there's a bigger one. You can see the bigger one over there. Only because of I consider some things, then I have to remove it and go and get a smaller one, which is this. And you can see that all these tanks are actually from a water heater. So let me show you the sign to show you that it's actually from a water heater. You can see these two holes. It's actually from a water heater. Although I'm still going to work on it for it to look good. You can see. So it's actually from a water heater, but I turn it upside down so that water does not go into it, so that it will not start rusting. So the reason of this whole thing was that when this turbo was down and the carburetor was also down, the petrol was meant to pass through this particular one. When they put petrol from here, it passes through that pipe you're seeing over there to connect with this one. But because of the changes of what I have done now, because I have mounted this carburetor at the mount of the at the top of the engine block now, it have changed a lot of things, and I still want this petrol to go into this carburetor by through the law of gravity. You understand? So because of that now, I now have to come up with another kind of idea. I now got this small fuel tank, so I still have to make use of that particular one over there. So what are the based on the design of this fuel tank now is that when petrol is being poured in here, so it goes into this one. So as it's going, this car is going to have a kind of fuel pump. So when you on the fuel pump from the inside of the car, it suck fuel from this tank you are seeing now and transfer it from it to this place. Then from this place, it will now start obeying the law of gravity, going inside the carburetor, then from the carburetor to the engine. So that is how you because I will have a kind of indicator. So once this one goes down, like it's about to finish, you will see it from the indicator. Then you can or what you just need to do is just to on the fuel pump switch. It will still pump some other fuel to this place. You understand? So that is the actual logic about it. But what I want to do now, I guess that you guys can understand this whole thing when I'm done with this job. Maybe by then I could have gotten someone who will be holding the camera for me to explain and do the whole thing. So what I'm going to be doing now, that's why if you watch this very well, if you watch this tank now, it actually has two hose mouths. So this particular one now that I'm covering with nylon is actually because of rain. It's actually for the return, for the supply of the petrol. Then you can see another one down here. You can see this particular hose here. So this one now will be driving the petrol into the carburetor, say by the law of gravity. So guys, I want to do the standing of it now. I'm going to start the measurement and the calculation of everything, and let's see how it goes. Please, if you are new to my YouTube channel, I would like you to subscribe. You may not understand exactly what I'm doing, but maybe at the end of the day, when I put the car in a standard form, because I'm still working on this, a kind of shape under prototype. That is the reason why everything is looking complicated. I do mistake, I have to correct, a lot of things like that. But please, if you are new to my YouTube channel, I would like you to subscribe. Thank you very much. Let's proceed the work and see how far we're going to go today. Thank you, everyone. So guys, I'll be proceeding the job now. So I'm going to be losing this off so that I can have space to do my calculations. So guys, I'm going to be, I just said this thing like this because it took me a lot of time to say it, but I have to make sure that my calculations are accurate. So let me go on with the calculations, the measurements and everything. So I try to make sure that I put this at the center of this car, because if you understand something about this car, from the beginning, this engine is not actually being mounted at the center of this chassis, and it was because of this sprocket here. And this is a kind of car I actually come up with this kind of design. Yeah? I'm trying to build a car without using a lathe machine. You understand? So I'm trying to build this car without use of lathe machine, maybe to going going to the lathe machine to a kind of what do you call it again? Oh, okay, to a kind of do to work on a kind of shaft work that will be working on this sprocket. That's the reason why if you check this sprocket very well, where they work, you see that this is actually a cup bearing with sprocket and bolt and nut. That is how I design mine. So because of that now, this engine, because of this sprocket, this small sprocket to match with this one, since I'm using a motor tire, I did not mount it at the center because I have to try to shift it like this so that this sprocket will match with this particular one. Okay. So because of that now, I'm trying to consider a lot of things on this car now. So because this engine's weight goes like this, I'm trying to balance a lot of things like this. Because if I decided to put this particular tank now over here, and what is going to be defining is that, okay, if I'm in the car, you will notice that this car will actually move on one side like this, because since the weight of the engine goes like this, and my weight is also staying like this, and the fuel tank is also staying like this. So that was the reason why I tried to put a fuel tank here, and I also tried to put a battery there. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to push towards this side for me to be able to balance the weight at the end of the day. But see, let's go on and see how far we're going to go. Sorry guys that I really don't know how to edit my videos. I really don't know, because since I don't have anybody helping me, but it's just that I just have to have something on ground at the end of the day. You understand? So I'll be going on with the measurement of it. And another thing on this vehicle is that since this car, since the fuel tank is going to be working under the law of gravity, that means I purposely place it to be like this. I don't want it to be prone. I place it to be at this angle. I place it to be in a kind of angle like this, so that the whole petrol, even at the end of the day, even if you see remaining small, I can still be driving it. So I place it to be like this. If I put this now, you will see that it's not actually prone. You can see. Let me show you guys for you to understand what I mean. So I would like you to see exactly what I mean by this now. If you watch the camera now, you see that this is not prone. So it actually forms a kind of angle like this. I purposely designed it that way because since this fuel supplier that goes into the carburetor, since that is the host, so you have to form that angle. So you can see the problem very well. So let's see proceed with the work. Let's see proceed with the setting of the, or working on the setting of the fuel tank. So let's see proceed with that. So since I've gotten the plumb aspect of it, so let me go with the taping. I have to save this in so that it does not shake. I think that we are on the same page now. So let me check the straightness of it now. Let me check it from the think we are good to go now. So I think we are good to go. I think we are good to go with it. Okay. So let me start the welding of it. So I have an issue there. I have an issue over there. Okay, guys. Yeah, I think I'm okay now. I think I'm good to go now. There was a mistake from the beginning, although I've actually sorted it out. Okay. And you know, all this thing I'm actually adding on this job. That is the reason why I keep telling you guys, okay. I may not just getting iron together, joining together, because all this thing you're seeing is actually under calculation. Because I'm actually doing this job in such a way that if I want to dismantle this engine, it will be very, very easier for me. So that's the reason why you find everything that you see here is actually under bolt and nut, so that I can just loose it and just remove it, and after everything I will still fix it back. So let me see what I've done. So let me see if these bolts are really going to match what the job I've done. Wow. Wow. It's good though. Okay, let me be a kind of putting the cover. Let me see what I have. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Wow. I love this job, guys. I was even thinking that the top now, that when I put it, it should be touching this tank, but it's really not touching it at all. Let me show you guys. Wow. So you can see there's a kind of clearance of space over there. So let me just take it off. So you can see the seating that I actually built for it. Okay, let me just face the camera and remove the tank and fix it back again and see if my calculation is okay. So please, if you're new to my YouTube channel, I would like you to subscribe for me. Thank you very much. I love you all, guys. I love you all. Let's see what we have. Wow. I love this job, guys. I love this job. I love this job. Let's see. I have an issue with it. I'm good to go now. Wow. Wow, this job is really awesome. Like, fucking awesome. So, this is so awesome, right? So guys, the job is really awesome and okay now. I think the fuel tank is firm now. You can see. So once I bolt it down and add the whole bolt now, I think it will be very, very okay. So and I will do it in such a way that it will resist mechanical vibration at the end of the day. So I'm still gonna come for that too. I'm still gonna come for that. Please, if you are new to my YouTube channel, I would like you to remember to subscribe for us. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I love you all. Love you all. So let me just cover the back this thing. Please, if you notice any mistake on this job, because I'm really not perfect and I really didn't learn this job from anywhere. It's just a natural gift that I discovered when I was a kid, and I followed it up even though there's a lot of up and down when those days for me. Even still now, I still have a lot of up and down, but I'm really grateful to God. I'm really grateful to God for at least coming this far in life. You know, it's really not easy. I know how many of us that started this job, and almost all of them have actually given up. So I am one of my friends. We are still the last man standing. You know, so there have really been a lot of sacrifice to this for me to get to this level. A lot of sacrifice has been done for it. So, and I believe that by the special grace of God, it's really worth those. It's really the time and everything that I've actually spent on research of this kind of job for so many years. It's really worth it. Even though a lot of people we are seeing is just a waste of time, but I believe that it's really worth the time wasted. The time not wasted, that the time that most people think that I waste, it's really worth it so much, and I'm really so grateful to God. So let me put the cover of this thing, the cover of the engine bonnet, and show you guys the look of that too. So guys, this is the look of it now with a covered back. And you can see, guys, I just finished this thing. I also finished the fabrication of the front part of this vehicle. But what I meant to do is that I think doing all this thing the way I'm doing it now, because this part that I just covered today, I find it so difficult, so complicated to do, and I'm having I'm actually perceiving that because of this, it will actually give me it will actually not. This job will end up not giving me the kind of job that I work on. So I'm planning that I'm going to dismantle this car to do the body work, like to do a kind of body work that when someone sees, the person will know that the person that did this job actually have sense. You understand? I don't want it to be that after all these months that I've been spending on this job, it will just look like something that anyhow person did. No. I want it to be in an outstanding way, so I have to dismantle this car, and so that I can be able to turn this car upside down to any angle that I want, giving it a very good full welding and a very good grinding. Then after that, I'll be taking it to the panel beater that is going to be doing the final job, and I will always try to ensure that I'm always there with him to tell him the kind of job that I need. You know, so there's the level that this car is really gonna have. So you can also see this particular space that you guys always see. So look at the way I try to cover it up. Although we are still going to do the final job of it. So we are still going to do the final job of it, but that would be later. So this front, I purposely still leave this front like this, because my sound system is really going to be within that side. So it's because of that, because I have not actually done the calculation of that sound system. So it's actually a woofer. So, and the woofer now, I'm just thinking of having a kind of engine, like a generator engine sitting on the woofer, because I'm actually my mind is telling me that since it's going to be at this front, that the vibration, the sound vibration that will be coming out of it can be able to crack my windscreen. So I'm going to be adding a kind of engine sitting to it, so that the engine sitting can reduce the sound vibration that is coming out of the speakers. So there's really a lot of job that we have to do, really, and I'm grateful to God that I understand everything that I'm doing here. Whenever I make a mistake, I understand that, oh, this is a mistake that I've made, and I have to correct it. So I'm really so grateful, guys. It's not by my power or by my mind. It's all by the special grace of God. And actually, I'm going to be using this opportunity to say a very big thank you to my two sponsors. Ayo Animal Show Foundation. That is the CEO of the Hip Hop TV, who has been my sponsor since 2019 till now. Like, guys, I really don't know what I have done to deserve this. Like, I really don't know how to show my appreciation to him. But I just pray that may the Almighty God give us life, and we should keep going. That one day I can be able to say thank you to him, even though I cannot say it for now. And also to my second person, Tola Ojomo, a 20-year-old girl. Like, this girl has been like she have invested a lot of money into this job. You know, when you